Get ready for the dictation. Dictation will start in 5 seconds. Start. I submit to you that while presenting the budget in this house 6 or 8 weeks ago, I do not claim that I have performed wonders, but if you look at the situation that this government inherited, it was a situation of almost certain default on international obligations. If we had not acted that the way we acted, you have my assurance, India would have by now been declared a defaulter. What are the consequences of default? To know the consequences of default, we have to look around. What has happened in Latin America? What has happened in Africa? Once the country defaults on its international obligations, nobody would touch it. They have to import on a cash and carry basis. Nobody gives credit. Even after that, I think sooner or later these countries end up with a hat in hand before their international creditors in the IMF or Paris Club or London Club. We have prevented that situation. It has been the sincere effort of our government that somehow we must keep the honor of this country intact and also our unblemished record of holding of our commitments intact. I think that unblemished record must be maintained. I do not submit to you that we have succeeded in doing that, but I am not promising you that if this country goes on spending the way it has been spending, and if everybody says that subsidies should be increased, and if everybody says that the tax rates must be induced, and if the productivity of investment in this country remains as low as it is today, I do not promise you that there is divine law which would ensure that India would not face default if we continue to do all these things. Therefore, all that I can say is that I have brought some time. This is the time we must use for retrospection to set in motion those reform processes which would convert this crisis into opportunity. If we do not do that, I can assure you, you will face unemployment and inflation of the type you have never seen before in this country. I regret that I had to do what I had to do in cutting the fertilizer subsidies. I wish it had been done over a period of time and gradually. Yesterday, an honorable member quoted a report of a very famous agriculture secretary and a gentleman from Karnataka, and for whom I have great respect, who had in that report clearly recommended that the fertilizer prices have to be raised, and they ought to be raised gradually over a period of time, full stop.